Good morning. I'd like to congratulate everybody and tell you how proud I am of you for an outstanding school year. In a special way, I'd like to congratulate the class of 2016 as we approach graduation. I thought this year was outstanding in all of our areas: academics, activities, and athletics. And before we close the year, I have 3 words of advice for you. Be sure you spend ample time preparing and studying for your exams. Your teachers have provided you with all the information you need. If you take a little bit of time and do your studying, I'm confident you'll do well on your exams, which will help boost your grades. Don't forget to spend some time reading this summer. In addition to your summer reading, which is required by our English department, pick up a book and read something you'd like to read. And finally, take some time this summer to be good to yourself. Sleep in, be with your friends and family, recharge your batteries, and have a great summer.
And the SGA for 2016 is Thunderbird Pride and Spirit.
This is awful.
Okay, folks. I have to apologize. The first runner-up is Thunderbird Pride and Spirit. The SGA for 2016 is Thunder Squad 2.0. Listen, folks. Let me just take care of this. This is exactly what's on the card. I will take full responsibility for this. This was my mistake. It was on the card. Horrible mistake. But the right thing. I can show you right here. First runner-up, Thunderbird Pride and Spirit. Winner, Thunder Squad 2.0. It's my mistake. Still a great campaign. Please don't hold it against the tickets. Please don't hold it against the tickets.
Here's a story of student government, which had 4 lovely leaders of its own. All of them performed their duties, at least from what we could tell. Now here's a story of the new executives who will make their mark on Mahwah very soon. They show promise and great charisma, but will they pull through? Till the one day when the students met this fellow, and they knew everything was going to be okay. That this group must somehow form a family. That's the way they all became the SGA. The SGA. The SGA. That's the way they became the SGA.
Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, Mahwah. The library will be closed to students starting on June 16th, and all materials are due back by June 13th, so please bring back your books. There's a bake sale for sophomores today after school in the lower lobby. GLI will also hold a bake sale next Tuesday, June 14th after school. Same time, same place. Art Club will have its final meeting on Tuesday, June 14th in room 113 after school. All members should attend to pick up their artwork from the art show and to celebrate the end of the year. Seniors, permission forms for the senior picnic are due by the 21st. You can bring them to Mr. Miguel in digital media in the clearly marked drop-off box. You can get a permission form from outside of the SGA office or on your portals. Mahwah, thanks for a great year, good luck on finals, and have a great summer. Now to Kas. Kas?
Thanks, John. The student governments will be hosting its June Philanthropy, a 3-on-3 basketball tournament to benefit brain tumor research next Friday, June 17th, from 2:30 to 4:30 in the high school gym. Just come by the SGA office today and all of next week to sign up your team of 3 and 1 alternate. Teams pay $20 to enter, and spectators pay $2 at the door. And now to Cesar with sports. Cesar?
Thanks, Kas. Hi, Mahwah. I just want to congratulate all the sports teams this year. You all pushed yourselves to the limit and had outstanding seasons. Keep training to be the best. Now on to Allie birthdays. Allie?
Thanks, Cesar. Good morning, Ma, Happy birthday today to Gracie Cleary, Stephen Demizio, Akshita Adidaman, Shane Greer, Matthew Stobling, and John Wright. And Sunday to Rachel Darby, Amanda Ortiz, and Joshua Sequeira. And to these Thunderbirds over the summer.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I just never understood how a man who died for good could not have a David.
And now for faculty birthdays.
Thanks, Allie. Mrs. Elbert here
And Mrs. Hanson.
with your faculty birthdays.
Happy birthday Tuesday to Mrs. Turkington.
The rest of June to Mrs. Kitts, Ms. Fresca, Ms. Noel, Mrs. Trebona, and Mrs. Lazansky.
In July to Mr. Doris, Mr. Pasick, Mrs. Piero, Mrs. Stewart, Miss Coyle, Miss Brannon, Mr. Gliata, Mrs. Farrell, Mr. Lusby, Mr. Macri, Mrs. Coens, Mrs. Amato, Mrs. Morgan, Mrs. Valmoro, Miss Cohen, and to me, Mrs. Hanson.
And in August to Mr. Pelletier, Mrs. Cusick, Mr. Jankowski, Ms. Rasmussen, Mrs. Mornowick-Fold, Mr. Alessino, Mrs. Infante, and Mr. Vespi. And before you all return on September 6th,
Because we are retiring, a happy birthday to Mrs. Zimmerman.
thank you, Miss MHS. It's been a hell of a ride.
And we are ready to start the next chapter in our book of life.
Exactly.
Okay. So long.
And now to MHS Social.
Thanks. Seniors, we did it. As our last few weeks wind down, we start to reminisce on the past. We have made several memories throughout our high school tenures, and although we're moving on, many of those memories will not be left behind. For this week's segment, we asked some teachers to recite some of their famous catchphrases. These catchphrases were a part of high school that made the 4 years a lot more enjoyable. They will always be remembered, and will always be something we can laugh about as we look back. Enjoy.
Don't tell me how rough the water is, just bring the ship in.
You know I love them. African American, for sure.
-5!
Did you scan in?
Shut that down.
Can't have that in the tournament.
Hi, I'm Cheeseburger Don.
Wait room!
Abstinence, abstinence, abstinence.
Before we go, the student government would like to make one final announcement.
Thanks, Mahwah, for a great year. We hope you enjoyed all the announcements we made and all the philanthropies that we held. And we're going to pass it off to Cesar real quick.
Things would have been a lot better. We think if you guys participate more, it would be fun. So next year, try to be more school spirited, and we promise that you will enjoy yourselves more.
And on that note, next year's theme for Spirit Week is decades.
Faculty, you'll be in the 60s.
Class of 2020, you'll be the 70s.
Class of 2019, you'll be the 80s.
Class of 2018, you'll be the 90s.
Class of 2017 will be ours in the future.
Bye.
That's it from us here at Thunderbird Television News. Doing the video announcements for you guys has been a pleasure. And now, for one last time that one teacher's back to you.
Like when I close my eyes and don't even care if anyone sees me dancing. Like I can fly and I don't even think of touching the ground. Like a heartbeat skip, like an open page, like a one-way trip on an aeroplane. It's the way that I feel now.
That's it.